Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial. I hope you guys are doing great. In our previous tutorial of this series, we have seen how to create a picture-in-picture effect in DaVinci Resolve and Fusion. In this tutorial, we're going to animate the picture-in-picture effect, and we're also going to add a text block which we will animate in our next tutorial. So let's jump in and let's start. If you look at the example that we are trying to create, you will see the frame is tilted, the background is blurred, and the frame doesn't appear at the very beginning of the animation. It pops in right after a short while, right? So let's go ahead and animate our frame now. Notice that we can animate the entire frame using this transform tool, right? And if you look at our actual animation again, you will see the inside of the frame was black and white too. So now we're going to make our frame black and white. To make our frame black and white, we will take another color corrector node and place it right after the color corrector tool. Here I'm previewing the transform tool on the left screen and the color corrector tool on the right screen. Now, if we just set the saturation to 0 in the color corrector tool, inside of our frame will become black and white. To see the color corrector tool's result in the media out, we need to connect its output to the merge tool. Okay, now if we go to the edit page, we can see the frame is already black and white. Now we will start animating our frame. I think you can already guess which tool we will use to animate the frame. And yes, we will use the transform tool to animate the frame. If I move the frame, you will see the center property changes continuously. Also, we can use the size property to animate the scale too. So let's go to frame 40 and add a keyframe to the size property. So this is the end keyframe of our size animation. Then go back to frame 10 and increase the size value a bit. So it looks like the frame is zooming out from a camera close-up. Now if you play it, you can see the animation. I'll preview the media out on the right screen so we can understand the animation better. Let's go back to edit page and play the animation. Notice the frame zoom out animation appears right at the very beginning. So we need to add a fade in effect here to make the animation more interesting. To create a fade in or animate the opacity of the whole frame in Fusion, we need to get a brightness contrast tool, since only this node have a direct opacity slider. We will use this brightness contrast tool right after the color corrector tool. There is a trick here. If you directly try to set the gain property to 0, you will see our frame's opacity doesn't decrease. Instead, it becomes black because the alpha property is still inactive. Click on the alpha icon in the node setting to make sure you are modifying the alpha channel. Now the gain slider will work as an opacity control. Now go to frame 10, set the gain value to 0 and let's add a keyframe. This will be our starting keyframe. Then go to frame 40 and change the gain back to 1. I'm connecting the output of the brightness contrast tool to the merge node and let's save it. Now if you go to the edit page and play the animation, you will see the background gets blurred and shortly after that the frame smoothly fades in. Let's look at our example once again. Now we'll do the text animation, but in this tutorial we're going to place the text first. Take a text plus node and type whatever you want. To add a background box behind the text, go to the Layout tab in the Inspector and increase the alpha value in the background section so it becomes visible. Since the background covers the entire screen, select the text node and let's mask it using the rectangle mask tool. If you try to write something in the text box, you'll notice it has center alignment. To fix the alignment, we need to change the alignment. To change the alignment, set the horizontal anchor to the left. Now, if we try to write again, you will see that even the left alignment is working, some text gets masked on the right side. To fix this, I'm selecting the mask tool, adjust its position, and let's decrease the width and height to fit the text properly. Change the background color to a whitish gray and the text color to black so that the text is clearly visible. And of course, if you want, you can change the font as well. If you look at our original example again, you will see the text is in 2 lines. So we'll add the second line now. Copy and paste the text and rectangle nodes that we have just created. Change the text in the new node and write something else and adjust the mask width. I think you already know we need a merge tool to combine these 2 lines. I'm connecting the first text to the background input of the merge tool and the second text as the foreground input. If you preview the merge tool now, you will see the text lines are overlapping. So I'll take a transform tool after the second text tool and move its position down a bit. I'm also adjusting the mask of the first and second text tool a little more to keep them in the same alignment. So we have finished building our text block and we already developed our frame and background earlier. Just like before, now if we want to see both of them together, we need another merge tool. I'll move the text block section out of the way a bit. Now we will connect the output of the brightness tool to this merge tool and also connect the transform of the text block to this merge tool. Now if we preview the result of the merge tool on the right side screen, you will see the text block is already on top of the frame. Since our text block is left aligned, I am placing the whole text block on the left side of our frame. I am using the size value of the transform tool to make the text block a little smaller. Now if you go to the edit page, you will see we cannot see the text block yet. I think you have already figured it out why it is happening. It is because we haven't connected the output of this merge tool to the media out tool yet. So I'll connect the output of this merge tool to our final merge tool, which has its output directly connected to the media out tool. Now if we go to the edit page, we'll be able to see our text. In the upcoming tutorial, we'll animate this text block along with adding some effect and we'll make this composition reusable. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for watching this tutorial and good night.